Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to some more Prison Architect. Wow. I guess that was instinct for the last 3 years of games. So this is Scrap Mechanic Unleashed, actually. Survival Unleashed. This is kind of vanilla. I do plan on having mods by 00 Font, if you guys know him. He's a really cool, really good modder, and just kind of like a pretty genius inventor. So check him out. I do plan on importing his vacuum pump mod at some point into this series. So yeah, but anyways, back to the task at hand. Today's episode was an idea that I've had for a long time actually, and this is a multi-purpose line quote unquote following drone. Basically what I have here is a prototype of it, and what this does is, as you can see, it follows this kind of path, which is a lot better than dealing with these painted lines. I tried making a couple prototypes, as you can see, the destroyed versions of them right here, that followed white lines, and it was good, but they're kept on a lot of, lots of errors and lots of like imperfections. So having it be on a sure, like a true to distance and direction railing like this, with just a hole in the ground, I found a really good way to make this line following works. I guess this is part of the episode, but what I wanted to show off this episode was connecting this into a dynamic rail system where I can choose where I want the bot to go. So I will actually start on that right now. I just realized I actually didn't really even describe what this thing is. So this is a line follower similar to the drone, the armed drone that I had in the last series. And it's pretty similar to that, but except this one basically only has 2 sensors, and these will sense the white corners right here. And when that happens, it basically makes this controller make the wheels go backwards, and then this controller make the wheels go forwards, depending on how all that goes, and vice versa for the other sensor. And then this is an extra controller that I can actually delete right here. Okay, we are now underneath. And what I basically think all that I really need to do to make this is just a couple pistons. I could do this in the vanilla series, but I really never thought about doing this until now. So what you need is a couple pistons for every, corner that you want. So for this one, let's say I want to erase these, and then I shall put that there. And then if I can fit, I don't know if I'll be able to get up there. Concrete block there, and then if I want to, I can expand it out there. I'll paint it white, and then that'll be fine. And then I will attach a logic gate. Let's just say an OR gate for now. There. And then let's grab a switch here, switch there, snap it there, and then right now, this should go forward, or just move forward completely and not do anything except for... now that could be a problem. I'm gonna have to make some adjustments later, but so far what we have is a little module thing. I actually might be able to even just remove this here. And then if I want to, I can just add a block right there. So now the car can pass over that just fine. Okay, that's cool. But now if we want to do this again, but this time we have it on, which blocks off that whole corner, it will turn to the left. Okay, so I do need an extra long piece. Okay, good to know. Okay, this is test number 3. Right now we just have this little crossroads thing here. Hopefully this will work. I'm going to just bank some money that it will, and it kind of does, it kind of doesn't. It does. Kind of. It might not be 100%. I might need to figure out something to make sure that won't happen and it won't accidentally glitch out. But basically that's all it will be. So I'll just have a mapping board or something that can tell me what's where, maybe even have some sensors that tell me where this is, and then I'll have some way to get this thing around automatically. Okay, cool. So this test now works. Now the only thing I have to do is actually build it.
Okay. So I just took some time and invented I guess you could call it an intersection of sorts. So basically what these 2 switches control which direction this car or drone will go. So what I keep on saying basically like this is a basic thing, but I guess this really isn't that basic, is it? This switch will make this drone turn to our left, but it's right. And then this other switch will do the same, but the other way, if that makes any sense. And so what this will do will just kind of cause the drone to see this white, and this block comes up to help it kind of stay in place, because it would slip across this little gap if this white block wasn't here. And so basically I have them on different little piston timer things so that these things work. And it's actually working really, really well. I'm actually impressed. So yeah. So basically if I can duplicate this, I can put little intersections all around the ground somewhere and have the drones, if I have more than one of these, going around turning where they need to go, hopefully redirecting traffic and preventing collisions and doing all this other stuff. There might be some mistakes here and there, although so far this has been pretty much perfect when it comes to turning. Like this hasn't like missed a turn when it should have turned yet. It only misses when there's like a block missing like this right here. So I've solved that problem using this little intersection. And so since I've done that, I can now get started on seeing if I can get some way to automate this drone stopping at a place and then performing a function, although I don't really have any functions for it to perform yet. One would be planting or one would be harvesting. I'm assuming both I'll probably need to do or something like that. And then from there, we can move forward. Yeah, just worked again. Nice. I forgot to mention that if I turn both of them off, it'll go straight, is I guess the goal. So it makes sense. So now I can actually go all 4 directions. If you guys didn't catch that before, just wanted to clarify, just so you know. Okay, so I just built some, well, I guess function. This is still a prototype, so it's ugly and this looks ugly, I know. But this is the harvesting part of the drone. As you can see, it comes up to a wall. It'll stick out its little piston, it sucks up on the vacuum tube, and then it backs up. The next task is to figure out how to get it to turn after it harvests. So what I'm thinking is that I have a sensor looking back at the vehicle, and actually I can make this a little bit shorter range too so it gets closer to the wall, and I can maybe even get a whole nother row. So, well, that'll come later when I actually make this into an actual factory, because I'll be moving all of this somewhere closer to the trading factory, so I don't need to worry about all the distance travel and whatnot. Anyways, so let's just actually put something back here, and let's just make it like 3. So then when that happens, it will turn on a bit. So this will turn on a bit saying that this was just harvested. So that turns on a bit right here. And so then it leaves and that bit stays on. And while that bit stays on, we're going to have another sensor. This is probably overcomplicated. I'll think about it a little bit more off camera. I'm going to do a lot of redesign and thinking off camera. This is just kind of so I can show you guys what I'm prototyping out for this factory. Actually, I don't think I even need this other sensor. Wait a minute. I don't need this little bit right here. I just realized. Oh, this is actually a perfect idea. Yeah, actually. What we're going to actually do right here is just put a, I guess, I don't know what to call it. What's it called? A switch mode sensor thing, so that it can sense when something has been in and out. So let's just make this an and, connect the 2. We know that it's on, it's been turned off. We're gonna make it a little bit higher than that. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make it a little bit higher actually. So let's just put this on top, and then that'll go there. This will be there. And that'll be a switch. So now when a car comes, it'll turn on. That'll stay. It'll be like that all the way through. This might get in the way a little bit, so I might need to figure out some way to do it. And then that'll turn it off. Okay, perfect. So this will be the thing that controls whether it knows a car is there or not. I'll keep this up just in case. But now what we're going to do is go underground and see if we can get some sort of, oh, this might not be enough height. We'll see. But we'll see if we can get some sort of system, or get an intersection system like I did over there, and put it over here, but attached to this right here. Okay, here goes nothing. So let's just pretend that we got this drone. It's on its way. It's just been redirected because what we're going to have here is pretend that these are full and all like fully grown and whatnot. So it's fully grown. and we'll have a sensor right here that basically triggers some sort of turning point, and then it'll make this get redirected towards that area. And so now it's up, and now it turns. It does do a wheelie, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest, but it should be all good now. And so now it keeps on going. For some reason, it looks like this didn't trigger. Maybe? Am I wrong? Maybe I have this connected up wrong. I'm not really sure, but let me just see if that could be the case. I'll try this again. All right, so here comes another test. I have actually been testing this already, but this is a test that I think I'm ready to show. Basically, what I have set up here is an entire farm, and well, I don't have anything in the farm, so let's pretend that there's some stuff in here, some potatoes that grew or something like that, I don't know. And this will trigger a response telling the car to go through this place, or to go through this intersection and go continue forward to this farm instead of turning to the, oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna need to do something about that. We're gonna just make these go all the way out to 15, because why the heck not? All right. And then we'll be good. Okay. So that waiting won't be a problem. So this might be a problem though. We'll see. So it goes here, it turns, and it goes, and it keeps on going. And then once it goes past this sensor right here, it turns that off. And that means that it can start going straight again if I want to, but I might just attach, instead of this sensor being right here, I can put it on this farm so that this will only go off whenever something is grown. So that is kind of like the type of system I'm thinking of going to. After that, I plan on making some sort of system that once it picks up something, it will then drive itself over to this trader here and then drop itself off over a tube, something like that. I think that'll be pretty simple too. If I can make it go up sideways next to the trader, I can easily put a vacuum pump right here and have it just sticking out. Hopefully that won't mess with the weighting, but I can still figure it out even if it does. But yeah, so this is a pretty much a functional farming drone, if you will say it. So let's do another test round. I know you guys just saw it go, but let's say we all of a sudden we have a full size farm. Well, not really full size, but just some sort of small, I don't know how many this is actually. This is about, I don't know, pretty high amount of potatoes. I mean, not too much, but let's say then that this sensor right here says, oh, all these potatoes are grown. I'll probably have some different system to make it more consistent. Since this is on a slope, it really won't look that good. But oh gosh, I just realized I have no defenses to protect this, so that'll be something else I'll need to figure out too. But before that, so then this is a patrolling drone. It'll just be going around waiting for something to happen, and since these are grown, it drops down this pipe or this piston right here that would make this usually go in a loop. So now instead of going in a loop, it just comes out straight, and then that gets sensed by that, and this comes in and sucks up all of those. Does one more, okay, then it starts backing up pretty finely, and once it stops backing up, it'll start moving forward again. This piston is now pushed up again, meaning that it will start turning to the left, and it turns to the left because of that, and now it goes back in a loop again until this sensor will trigger it all over again. Well, in this case, it'll just be this button or something like that. So yeah, that's I'm excited this works. Actually, I'm kind of excited that I've got a system like this going, and this drone is going to be super cool and helpful in the future. I'll clean it up. I'll fix some, mistakes that might happen. I'll add a whole network. I do plan on having a control room that'll have like different, I guess, blocks or even lights representing whatever farm plot that's going on, and lets me know where the car is. I'll have sensors and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be super cool. I hope you guys are excited for that. So please subscribe if you want to see that, or I guess want to be notified when that actually comes. So don't forget to do that. And until then, I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, night, or evening, and I will see you next time.